Hey guys, this is Jason with A2's Barbecue. Today we're going to show you how to trim up a pork butt. Okay everyone, when we're working with our pork butt, what we're wanting to do is we want to isolate and locate the areas of the butt that we're going to use for our turn-ins. One of those areas is what's called the money muscle. It's this muscle group right here that has all this marbling in it. Got a couple little bits of fat right in there that kind of help define it. Our goal is to shape it out so that when we go to do our turn-ins after it's done cooking, it maintains the bark all the way around it and you don't get a lot of cut marks to it. The next area that we're going to do is it's right across from this, what's called like a Y bone. Be on the other side, holds the tubes in the pork butt. We're going to trim this area out so that way we can locate them nice and easily when we go to do our injections and make sure we hit them nice and well. On the back side here, there's not a whole lot. We're still going to do some injection. We're not going to do a whole lot to this area itself. On the side with the Y bone, these areas right in here will become injection points. We're going to inject right up against the bone itself. Really kind of holds that injection there and makes it really nice and tender. Okay, so let's get started trimming. The first area that I like to go for is the money muscle itself. You look around, see exactly how it's going to run and where you need to start pulling meat back from it. All I simply do is I just run a knife right across the side of it and I trim back a few inches. Once I get that trimmed back, I'll come back through and take all this meat right here off the pork butt. That's going to help prevent it from flapping back over, getting into the rub, and not allowing the color and the seasoning to really get to the money muscle itself. Clean up these edges here a little bit. The key thing to remember when you're working with your money muscle, after you're done cutting it, that's what it's going to look like when you get done cooking it. So anything you do to it now will be your end result. All I'm doing, I just find where that fat line is, and I'll slice right across it. Come through, kind of clean up the edges a little bit. You see anything flapping off it doesn't look appealing, take care of it now. It's easier to do it now than after you cooked and try to make it still look presentable. Try to take down some of this fat, see how much of the muscle we've got left underneath it. And it may just very well be that that's just a fatty part of the butt. One thing is to kind of remember too when you're doing this, the rub and the seasoning isn't going to penetrate the fat, or not that well at least. You want to make sure in anything that you want to rub or you want to have flavor in, you want it to go against or go into meat itself, into the muscle. Okay. Clean that up here a little bit. So now that we got that trimmed, what we should see here is a nice money muscle that's even. It's all the same size, and when it cooks, it's going to cook just like that. The next thing we like to do is I come down on this side here with the tubes. Again, that's opposite of the bone side. And I just like to put an even cut, an even slice right down that edge. And what this does is it helps to expose those tubes. You're getting the tubes right in here. You're going to have some in here. You're going to have one right in there. And all a tube is just these muscle groups that are separated. And you'll be able to see them when you go to slice through it. You're going to see them and they're going to stand out pretty definitively. What helps with this is you can use these as chunk pieces to put in your boxes. If we end up having a pork butt that has a really big fat cap on it, which is obviously this area right here, then we like to come through and we'll trim, kind of slice underneath it to make sure that we can get plenty of seasoning underneath and into the muscle itself. So all you have to do is put a little bit of slice, make a little flap, now exposes all of this right here to the open, so that way we can get our rub and our seasoning down into it. But in a nutshell, that's the trimming of a pork butt. Put your seasoning down, you can flap it back over. This kind of helps provide a little bit of moisture, a little bit of a barrier, but at least the seasoning's getting down into the meat. Remember, take time on your money muscle. Make sure you shape it up nice and well, that in a way that you want to use it for your boxes. It's going to be very important for you later. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I hope I got a chance to show you something that you didn't know. For more videos and more information, visit our website www.82sbbq.com and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way you get the up-to-date videos as we release them.